The National Archives, the same head librarian, had 7,000 of Biden's emails with 6 different pseudonyms that they sat on for 10 years. They didn't refer him for criminal prosecution. We now know about the existence of those emails because of a FOIA lawsuit just to reveal the nature of them, of which they still won't distribute those emails in an unredacted fashion to Congress, who has constitutional oversight of them. The biggest thing that we have seen the degradation of is the congressional oversights has ceded their constitutional mandate to the executive branch.
Because they don't have any money. They don't have the purse strings. I mean, that's the only thing Congress really has is the purse strings. They can recommend, this person is in contempt, they should go to jail. But if the DOJ is on the take and on the other side, there's nobody going to jail.
Unless they use their inherent contempt of Congress power, which they've had for 175 years. But it was created for this instance.
But isn't contempt of Congress, that still has to be prosecuted by the DOJ, does it not?
No. There's 3 avenues to follow up on contempt of Congress. Civilly, a referral to DOJ, and inherent contempt of Congress powers, which they've had since 1825.
And what does that mean?
It means if you violate an order of Congress, let's use a subpoena, for example, you, the Speaker of the House, can order the Sergeant at Arms to go arrest the violator of that subpoena, the AG or the FBI director, and hold him in a cell, which exists beneath the floors of the Capitol. And they are created just for this type of scenario. But no one wants to do that. No one wants to, I can't be that guy. I don't want to be the person that does that. But look where we are in history. So let's combine a lot of this with COVID. So I already told you what we did when we briefed Trump on the originations and what he did, based on the intel we had at the time. Then enter Fauci and the media. No, the Chinese would never do this. It's not about, no, it didn't come from them. Then the wet bat thing came out and some other goofy whatever.
Right.
Okay, what did we just learn 6 weeks ago? Gina Haspel, as director of the CIA under Trump, authorized 6 case officers and intelligence analysts to be paid off so that they would change their assessment on COVID originations.
Correct.
That's not a Kash Patel thing.
That's CIA.
That's a CIA institutional decision to spend taxpayer dollars to lie to the world where COVID came from because it fit the narrative that Fauci and the media wanted out there, along with Gina Haspel, because she didn't want Donald Trump to get the credit for reading the intel right and making the hard right decision. But what happens is we're 2 years down the road from that, 3, and that story's been written. That iron has been cast. So half the public is like, what are you guys talking about? That's a right-wing conspiracy. And this is why it's so important to keep drilling at that work, because many more of these instances of conduct will come to light if brave whistleblowers, congressional oversight. And
that's given me a lot of hope. The whistleblowers.
They really have.
When did this become this?
I think it probably started around the time when, President Eisenhower, wasn't President Eisenhower then, called it and said, this is coming. And it metastasized over the years when you have 2 world wars. I'm talking about World War II and Vietnam. And the DOD complex is put on, overload. And then you fast forward through the Reagan administration into Trump, and you have big pharma and big tech doing COVID stuff. And then you've got the media. And then the simple decision by Donald Trump to run for president was like a steroid injection to these people because he threatened their existence. This entire collective was partially shattered in the first Trump administration. And if he wins again, I do believe we will shatter the rest of it. But that is going to be a monster fight.
Do they allow him to win?
That's a different question, yeah. I mean, they're not, right? Honestly, they're doing this.
I never believed that the CIA killed Kennedy.
No. You're talking to a guy that's read the entire JFK file.
You've seen all the secret stuff?
I've seen all of that, and I've seen the 7 pages of the 9/11 report. I've seen it all.
You don't say that to people that you can't tell what you saw.
I could be bribed with these. In Texas.
My name is Cash.